Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight to talk about some wrestling news. Just before WWE Payback kicks off tonight, I'll probably do a review for that. But I want to talk about some wrestling news here. We have a lot of stuff to talk about here, so let's get to the first thing I want to talk about. Some big names are backstage at tonight's AEW Collision, which will be interesting down in Chicago when I get to the next thing, when I get to it. So obviously it's the go home edition of Collision Night before Sunday's All Out pay-per-view event. They've loaded up a show that will no longer be built around CM Punk. He's been released by the promotion following the altercation with Jack Perry. We have some stuff announced. It's already announced segments including Ricky Starks challenging Ricky Steamboat to a strap match at All Out, Dax Harwood versus Jay White, and even an appearance I talked about by NBA legend Dennis Rodman. The PW Insider, they've reported that Bryan Danielson and the Young Bucks are backstage. Danielson has been sidelined with a broken arm since June, with the latest update coming on Friday, noting he was expected back in action in October, possibly for the October 1st Wrestle Dream show. So yeah, that's some big names backstage: the Young Bucks and Bryan Danielson. The Bucks on AEW Collision. Well, that'd be interesting if that happened. Already putting the Young Bucks at the show. I mean, the Bucks coming out tonight would be hilarious, but I don't want to see the Young Bucks on Collision. Collision has everyone I liked on AEW. I mean, MJF and Adam Cole are some of the ones I mostly watch Dynamite for. But if they come out there, that crowd will boo the shit out of them. I really don't really care. So, CM Punk has been fired by AEW. It's actually happened. I didn't think Tony Khan would actually put his foot down and fire CM Punk, but he actually did. So AEW, or CM Punk has been fired by AEW, and you can, and I'll read the statement here from All Elite Wrestling, and a statement from All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan. All Elite Wrestling AEW has terminated the wrestler and employment agreement between Phillip Brooks, CM Punk, and AEW with cause effective immediately. The termination was confirmed today by Tony Khan, the CEO, General Manager, and Head Creative of AEW. And remember, this termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW All In, London on Sunday, August 27th. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making a unanimous recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause, and he offered a statement basically saying how he played an important role with AEW, how he played an important role within AEW, and he basically thanked him for his contributions. The termination of his contract with Collins is ultimately my decision and mine alone. And he basically said how he's disappointed with this, how he didn't want to do it, but I don't know. He's had so many incidents backstage. It was bound to happen where he would probably get terminated, his contract terminated. But yeah, it actually happened. He's gone from AEW. And I mean, I know with the backstage stuff, but it's not just CM Punk. There's so many backstage incidents that have happened. Like Eddie Keith and Sammy Guevara had a fight. I remember Andrade had a fight with Sammy as well. It's just not just a CM Punk thing. It's just AEW's locker room is just toxic. Like, it feels like everybody's fighting. And Collision is gonna get canceled by a crowd tonight. But I mean, remember, he could go back to WWE. People are thinking, oh, maybe he could come back to WWE now. I mean, remember, people that left on bad terms have come back, like Cody. So, could CM Punk come back? Maybe. It would be crazy if he did. But I really didn't think Tony Khan AEW would actually terminate his contract. I mean, he's one of their biggest draws. Like, I get with the backstage brawls. I mean, it probably had to happen, but I don't know. I don't know. I personally try to ignore all the backstage drama simply because I don't think it's something that really concerns me. Whatever he does next, hopefully he finds peace. I'm just tired of the elite, mostly the young bucks. But of course they're gonna show up when CM Punk's not there, because they're scared of CM Punk. But anyway, yeah, I was joking, but anyways, yeah, if he went back to WWE, I would trust WWE management more than AEW because you never hear about backstage fights in WWE. And other compared to AEW, where they have a backstage fight literally every few weeks. But Dave Meltzer basically put out a tweet here and basically put the results of the investigation of the incident last Sunday led to this. The non-wrestler eyewitness report in the current issue of the Observer is probably the best description as to the what and the why. Yeah, I'm sure Dave Meltzer is really, really happy about this. Oh, and he's not responsible for Punk's action. It's just, of course, he's gonna be happy about because he's friends with the Young Bucks. But I don't. And for whatever reason, that animal doesn't come back alive. If the Colt Cabana stuff was just addressed head on, all this probably would never happen. He could truly not get over that some might see him as the bad guy in that regard. He really poisoned everything. And one of the negatives of this, it's just, I don't know how good the ratings are going to be for Collision now. But taste with a grain of salt, this is Dave Meltzer saying this, because he hates CM Punk, loves the Young Bucks. Should they bring him back? Who knows, but overall, I mean, I guess I think Tony Khan made the right move because he's had 2 suspensions. I mean, I just don't think AEW management just handles stuff correctly. I would trust WWE management more with CM Punk and stuff. So another clickbaity article from Wrestling News Code, just like with the Bray Wyatt stuff, it says, Sasha Banks has been erased by WWE. She's literally erased from a clip. Just like, stop the clickbaity articles. Like, it must be a slow news day. Like, she's not with WWE. Of course, they're gonna crop her out of the video. It's like when Becky Lynch turned heel or something. I don't know. It's like, stop with these clickbaity articles.
Not now. Just find Teddy for me, please, okay?
So there's been a quote, major name spotted in Pittsburgh head WWE Payback. There is a very interesting in Pittsburgh tonight. Of tonight's WWE Payback Premium Live event. PW Insiders reporting that Jey Uso is in town, which is interesting since he, quote, quit. No, he didn't quit. Just a couple weeks after taking out Roman Reigns and his brother Jey Uso. It's not confirmed that he will actually be on the show, but one has to imagine that WWE is not flying him just to hang out backstage. So last night, remember on SmackDown, Jimmy was taken out by Cena with the FU, the Attitude Adjustment. And later in the show, Solo declared that Jimmy is still in the Bloodline, and only the Bloodline can say when he is officially out of the group. It'll be interesting to see what goes down tonight, as none of the Bloodline members are advertised. So none of the Bloodline members are advertised. So John Cena being the host, which will, now he's a special guest referee for LA Knight versus The Miz. So looks like Jey Uso's going to be back maybe tonight, because I imagine they're not just bringing him in just hang out backstage. So, we'll see. Apparently there's a very interesting potential surprise scene in Pittsburgh ahead that he can pay back. I'll save you a clip. It says the Great Muta. I mean, it's hardly really surprising anymore. He really shows up on every fucking wrestling company. I don't really care to see the Great Muta. That doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. Trying some more news here. So AEW files a trademark For the House of Ass.
Maybe 3 days ago.
Yes, they're actually having a trademark.
Let's find out.
That's kind of crazy, man. So, John Cena, he basically talked about, he knows, quote, the last one is coming soon. I think he'll retire soon. I don't know when, because you never know when wrestlers will actually officially retire, but I felt the last one might come soon. So Seth Rollins talked about AEW basically all in. Wembley said, "When you're in the boom, man, you got to understand there's another company that's put 80,000 people in a stadium for one night. A week before that, we sold 90,000 tickets to WrestleMania and broke the all-time gap in the first day. So he isn't wrong. Two major wrestling companies doing well is good for both wrestling companies involved." And it's great for fans and the wrestlers both financially and to get exposure. So I don't know why people hate on it. I find it great for anyone, especially in the financial aspect. Like the wrestlers, they're making really good money for their families and in general. So I think both success is good for both wrestling companies. I enjoy both companies, so it's hard to hate on either of them, honestly. John Cena has been announced as a special guest referee tonight for LA Knight versus The Miz. Are we gonna get John Cena turning heel? John Cena might be turned heel. Who knows? That would be something, man. LA Knight and John Cena. I'll save this video, so until next time, Malcolm.